Hey guys, remember 301 plus views? That whole thing? There was a long time where every reasonably popular video on YouTube, if it got too many views too fast, which was every video, basically, it would say 301 views. And then astute viewers would be like, 301 views, but this has 5,000 likes. That doesn't make sense. And that you know, that whole interaction. And then that kept happening, so that comment kept happening on every video forever, basically. But then, you know, everyone eventually just kind of figured out, like, oh, okay, clearly it's some kind of bug style thing on YouTube where the view counter gets stuck for some reason, and like anyone that had pattern recognition would just kind of figure out, like, oh, okay, here we go. It's just a thing that happens all the time, whatever. Just another weird quirk of YouTube to get used to. Yeah, at first there wasn't even a plus. Like, this one says 301 plus, and you can see that it has 562 likes. At first it was just 301, and you just would have to recognize, like, wait, it keeps hitting 301 all the time, that's weird. But eventually they added a plus because they couldn't fix the problem, but they could add a plus sign to indicate that the problem was happening, and that kind of maybe helped rectify that a little bit. So there's a new problem that I've got, which is playlists. It's the fucking... So, there's been a really good feature on YouTube, basically the entire time I've been using YouTube, and it's just gone now. It's gone. Because they did the new interface, and like this whole time that they had the new channel dashboard, there was this little escape button you could press, and you could run away to the old dashboard, and I'm like, yes, the better one, where everything works better, and it runs faster, and so on. But you know, they keep trying to update to, like, use the new dashboard, use the new YouTube interface, use the new YouTube themes, here's the new page for your playlists, and so on. And eventually those escapes you can use to go back to the old one just vanish over time. And for a little bit there, the escape one we had was that over here in, we click dot 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 and then click playlist settings, and then after going there you could then hit advanced settings, and rather embarrassingly, YouTube would load the old version of this entire page, like from several themes ago, and it would load a completely different visual theme of YouTube just to give you access to functionality they have still not added to the current YouTube. It's annoying, but at first it was like, okay, it's the beta dashboard, so like they're trying to get us to use the beta, but it's not going to have everything because it's a beta, right? It'll have all the features eventually. Totally, that's what betas are. It's incomplete. Yeah, they've removed all access to any of the previous things, and they never added the functionality, so it went from being embarrassing that we had to load an old version of YouTube in order to use certain features because they never added them to the new version of YouTube, but now they've just removed the old version of YouTube, so now we don't have those functions at all, and they're just gone. So the new version of YouTube's just worse and has fewer things because they just didn't implement entire features that were in the old YouTube. Rather importantly to the way I run my channel, because, you know, oldies videos, this is the page where I keep track of every single thing that I have currently uploaded so far, so I can tell what stuff needs to be uploaded and so on. And so I keep track of that shit here, and like, it's a lot, obviously. And a nice function that the playlist used to have is that if you added a string to your playlist, like say, let's play Mortal Shell, you could add this to like an auto filter on your playlist, and every time you uploaded a video to your channel that featured the exact string, let's play Mortal Shell, in that exact like character order and everything, then that video would be added to your playlist. At first you would think just, oh, let's just add the name of the game and that's it, right? But then you'd realize, oh, if I ever mention the name of that game in any other context, like I mentioned Dark Souls in the title of a Souls-like, for example, or in a podcast, then that'll get automatically added to that video. So you learn, you got more sophisticated over time. Like, okay, you do let's play Dark Souls, and like that in quotes functionally. It always treated like it was in quotes. So then every video that was let's play Dark Souls would be added to your thing, and then you'd be like, wait a minute, how do I make a playlist that only adds Dark Souls 1, but not Dark Souls 2? So I'd be like, okay, let's play Dark Souls Part. There we go. If you put Part in the title, which is the first thing that comes after the title, that's how you know that it's only Dark Souls 1, because if it would have to be Dark Souls 2 part if it was a Dark Souls 2 video. That's like the syntax I use consistently in my video titles. We had a system, goddammit. Well, that feature's gone. It's just gone. It's just not in the new thing. You can look all over the place on this thing and add videos, add all to, collaborate, playlist settings. It's just... Yeah, they got rid of sorting features, by the way, as far as I can tell. I haven't really researched this in advance of this video, but I think they got rid of sorting. You used to be able to sort videos by the date they were added to the playlist in ascending or descending order, and then the date they were uploaded in the first place in ascending and descending order. And I think those are gone. Now it just says add new videos to the top of the playlist. So as far as I can tell, playlists are now always in custom mode where you can rearrange them freely because there's no sorting of any kind. But there's the one feature, which is that when a new thing is added, it gets added to the top as the most recent one instead of the bottom. But that's it. That's their substitute for reverse chronological sorting, is just add new videos to the top. It's really, like, playlists just have less features now. And so that's annoying. But here's where we get to the 301 thing. Because now we got the new thing that everyone's commenting about all the time, which is why do the videos have, why do the playlists have private videos and deleted videos in them? And that's because if you look at here, like, this is Mortal Shell from my perspective. This is me logged in. This is technically spoilers for titles of future videos and whatnot. If I go to incognito mode, you're like, wait a minute, Mortal Shell only has 1 video and then 4 private videos, and Among Us has 3 videos and then 4 private videos. What's going on there? And that's because, like I said, the auto add feature is gone. I can't have them automatically add to my playlist by just titling them correctly and then setting up the playlist to automatically add them as they go live. Now, what I have to do is, I'll show you right here, because I'm currently uploading Wasteland. No, let's not do thumbnails right now. I'm currently uploading Wasteland Part 24 because I'm late, because I didn't have time to edit it last night, because funnily enough, I was recording it last night. And so I click playlists here and wait for it to load, because it's really unresponsive for a long time and laggy. You can tell because it's highlighting this one, and you can't tell. It's not. There we go. Now it's following my mouse. So Wasteland 3 co-op. It takes a while to load, probably because I have a billion playlists, but also like because the new interface is trash. But I'm stuck with it, and I don't get to go anywhere else. And then I hit next or whatever. Now if I go to incognito mode and go Wasteland 3 and refresh, and scroll down, it's a private video. What's up with that? And that's part 24 down there. Sometimes it shows up as deleted videos, I think, or maybe they only show up as private videos now. I don't know. But if you see deleted and private videos where normal videos should be, it's just because they're not out yet. It's because I've manually added them to the playlist so that the playlist is correct and up to date, but they're not out yet. As should not be surprising, because usually it's like, I just watched Among Us Part 3 and I looked at the playlist, and why can't I watch the next 4 parts? It's like, well, Among Us Part 3 came out today, so obviously the next 4 parts aren't out yet. Should be kind of intuitive, but now you have your really detailed answer of why that is. And the reason I do this is because the alternative, the way of avoiding these questions where people keep asking, what's up with playlists, is to have playlists be out of date. That's like way worse, isn't it? Like, I don't want to like once a week go back and try to catch up every playlist according to my memory, and then try to remember all the videos that I uploaded this week and try not to mess up at any of them, and then manually go to every single video that was not in a playlist from earlier this week, and like try to catch all of them and then add them all to the playlist, and then go to the playlist and refresh it and then double check and be like, okay, are all of them up to date? And like there's like all these like, there's not only are there more points of failure because that's a more complicated process that involves a lot more time, but also in the meantime, for whatever time it takes for me to get around to updating my playlists, everyone's like, why are all the playlists out of date? Why does it just stop at part 2 and so on and so forth? So like that's way worse in my opinion. Whereas opposed to like this current system, I just add it to the playlist while I'm uploading it, and then it's consistent, and I have a workflow where I always do the same thing the same way every time, so it'll like just muscle memory alone will make sure that it always goes in, you know, until I fuck up eventually, but like it should pretty consistently work out. But that does mean that the videos are going to be in these playlists even when they're not ready to go out yet, and they're going to show up as private videos because YouTube is just not sophisticated enough to call them scheduled videos, which would be more helpful, or don't show them because they're not out yet, because they knew, and like they knew they were removing this feature. They didn't just like quietly get rid of it. They pretty quietly got rid of it, but there was a blog post where they were like, automated playlists and blah 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 features are going to be removed from YouTube, and they had the cheeky ass thing where they said, very few people were using this feature. It's like, yeah, it was buried. I mean, I've been using it since like 2011 or whenever the fuck it first was added, or when I first started doing this stuff. I don't know which one came first, but I've been using it for fucking ever. And it's been how I've run this entire channel for like a decade. But sure, no one's using it. But the real reason is because no one knew it existed. Because when I made a blog post about a month ago or whatever the hell saying this was getting removed, a bunch of people were like, you could do that? And like a bunch of fellow YouTubers are all confused by this feature existing because they didn't know it was even there. And that's because they kept not adding it to modern YouTube. I think the thing they were making us load to use that feature was from 2 entire themes of YouTube ago. That's how far back we were going in order to use it. It was kind of hilarious, honestly. Like they were just continually not. They were technically still supporting the feature on the back end, but continually just not bothering to add it to the user interface. So whenever you hit edit, it would load a completely different version of YouTube every single time. It was so baffling. And then they just went, fuck it, we're just gonna not. And it's like, you guys, no one was using it because you hid the feature. You kept not implementing it into the current or previous versions of YouTube. And so people had to know the fucking sweet, like, elite Hacksaurus tricks to go all the way back to the feature where it was previously listed by doing a bunch of nested menus that then load a different menu, that then brings up a different nested menu, which loads up a different menu, but like, it was worth it. Like, it was a pain in the ass. It was 30 seconds of me bemoaning a weird-ass stupid website, having a stupid layout, and not making any sense. But at least I got the feature, and then I could not have to update that playlist all the time. But now it's just gone. So that's what's going on. That's why there's private videos. I'm not deleting videos. That's not what that means. They're not out yet. They're scheduled for the future, and they're in the playlist because otherwise they won't be. And like, you want them to be in the playlist early or late? Because that's the only real option. Like I got my own shit to do. I got errands to run. I got like recordings to make and edits to do and life and everything. So I can't babysit the channel and live update every playlist once per hour. Like, among other things, like I can't even do 2 consecutive recorded episodes ever because I'd have to stop, because 2 episodes back to back takes a little longer than an hour. So like I won't be on time to update the playlist of like, oh god, while I was recording my playthrough, 1 o'clock passed. That means Zelda came out. That means I need to add Zelda to the playlist. Like, no, I'm definitely not doing that. Of the 3 options, the one I'm definitely not doing is the one where I live update every playlist throughout the day, every day, which is the thing that happens. Like I upload 4 to 6 videos per day, and that would be insane to update each playlist every single time any video comes out. So it's either playlists are going to be wildly out of date and unhelpful, or they're going to be full of these things. And I think that's pretty obvious. This is the superior option, is just you guys just learn what this means, and that's it. And honestly, it's not even a problem if you guys don't figure it out, because if people don't understand what this means, they'll just keep asking the same question over again, and that doesn't really matter. So I'll just... This is my one explanation. I'll either link this video or ignore people in the future when they ask this question. But a knowledge gap in the audience is the least problem of all these outcomes. So that's fine. Go ahead. Like, so that's the worst case scenario, is people are just going to keep posting that like, whoa, it's 301 views, but there's 5,000 likes. That's crazy. And that's fine. So that'll be the new state of things. But yeah, long story short, although that's a stupid thing to say because the view already set this whole video, but YouTube removed a feature, so that's why shit's jank.